Okay, we're live. So hi everybody, welcome to Falcon sprint number 2. It's a review. It was again a 3-week sprint. We yet again sort of overcommitted on the story points. We planned 217, and over time we added about well, almost 100 more story points. We completed 157 story points and still have about 40% remaining. So if you were to take a look at the trends, yeah, we completed about 54% of the story points overall. Our sprint burn down looks like this, which in another view could be looked at a little bit more fun way. With our burn down more acts as a background skyline rather than a slope itself. But it's okay, we're improving, and we're going to start adopting some changes in how we use Jira to allow us to better account for the story points, at least for the velocity obtained within the lab itself. All right, so with that as a brief setup, we can probably dive into the individual areas. Do we have Dave Boswell online?
Negative.
Negative, okay. No problem. So on the community side, there were a number of developments actually. First of all, we welcome a new module owner, Jean-Lee. He owns a number of different areas of the code, specifically the control plane manager, the REST API and web UI, and also can contribute to various codecs and also open flow message provider for the associated with the control plane monitoring. Also, the community steering meeting has been scheduled, and Dave will have more information on that. And everybody should have probably seen updates on this, both on mailing lists as well as on Twitter.
I'm here, by the way. I was on the YouTube link. I dialed into the wrong link.
Okay.
Sorry. Thanks for covering it.
So did I cover it okay, or do you want to add something to that?
Yeah, thank you for that. Apologies again. I was just going to add one other thing. I'm about to announce and share out on ONOS dev list about the bug bounty program, so take a look for that there. But basically, we've identified a handful of bugs that are important for upcoming releases but don't currently have owners, and we want to flag those as important. And if anybody in the community wants to help us fix those, we'll thank them with some swag. And we're making it easy to find those links. If you go to bounty.onosproject.org, there's a list there. And again, I'll share that out on the ONOS dev list in just a few minutes. So look for that there.
Perfect. Thanks. Okay, on the platform side, does somebody want to provide an update on this?
Oh yes, that's the first one. It's me. We made the change last sprint regarding the driver subsystem, refactoring them into apps, and thanks to Yusun, we had knowledge of a bug of the drivers that if started up together, there was not a correct merge in the parents list. So basically, we had to fix that, and right now the drivers are perfectly fine.
Great.
So for the second one, actually I did the second one, and so currently when we generate the archetype, you have to manually input the. I make it like dynamic.
Okay. You guys seem to be cutting out on the lab side. So maybe speak up.
Okay.
Is there any update on upstart dependency? Anybody want to provide that? Did we lose Owen Lab? Brian, are you guys there? Hello?
I think they've gone bye-bye.
Yeah.
I can hear you if that matters.
No, I figured. I see. Plus, I see Dave is live. His connection is.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. So something happened on the ON Lab side. Should probably. Well, they can hear us, but we can't hear them. So apparently. So I suspect there's something going on with your audio, Brian. Luca. Do you want us to pause the meeting while you figure this out, or what?
Yeah, exactly. We didn't change anything, right?
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay.
really,
We can hear you now. What happened?
what? The like microphone slash thing? Are we muted yet?
Hello?
No, we're not.
Yes, we
No,
can.
we're
hear
not.
you. Okay. So let's resume. Does anybody want to provide an update on Upstart dependency replacement alternative?
It needs to be read.
I don't know. It's something else here. Does anyone want to provide a...
Well, yes, but I don't think I can be heard, so there's no point.
No, they hear you now.
They
hear you.
You guys
Okay, yeah, so as I was saying, I was
Luca or Brian, do you guys want to act as moderators on that side? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so let's resume the meeting. Okay. So does anybody want to provide an update on Upstart dependency?
Yes, I do. As soon as we're done with the previous point, which I'm waiting for.
Are you done, John?
I thought we were done with that.
Didn't hear it, and so they were going to repeat it.
Okay, that's fine.
Repeat.
I think everybody got the gist of it, though. Previously, the copyright was hard-coded, and now it's dynamically generated at the time of archetype generation.
Yeah, so with Upstart, not there yet. Basically, I can't get anything to work reliably at all. So I reviewed and tested Jono's pull request, which is basically good, but still a lot of unresolved problems, so I'm not willing to say this is done yet. And I also put together a summary and presentation of a lot of kind of really unpleasant ONOS issues, which have slowed my and everyone's progress. So my strong recommendation is that we should start spring cleaning as soon as possible. You know, maybe start it in the next sprint or at the very latest after ONS.
Okay.
That's my recommendation, and hopefully fix some ONOS issues and track.
Can I ask a favor to submit these to Jira, please?
I can do that.
A lot of them are already in Jira.
Ah, okay. I'll cross-reference with Jira. Sure.
Okay. All right, Madan, do you want to provide an update on the core stuff?
Madan is not here, Tom.
Okay. Well, okay. So let me take this one then. So there are a number of areas around the core. Some of the core subsystems were retrofitted to support fallback providers, and there was a TST presentation on that this last week on the specifics of the implementation. Also related to that, there was the added ability to dynamically extend the model using sort of alternate projections mechanism. Again, this is with the help of the driver subsystem. Then on the distributed core side, there are a number of enhancements made to the distributed primitives, both in terms of the events, which now provide access not only to the new values but also old values, which simplifies the programming model when dealing with the events distributed across the node, all of the nodes. So, for example, the network config event now not only carries the subject around which the network configuration is centered, but it also contains the current configuration as well as the previous configuration. Of course, the availability of current and previous configurations is dependent on the type of the event. Similarly, there were enhancements made to the partitions service, and also some of the technician implementations were revised and enhanced to work better with the latest copycat updates. And Aaron also added ability to monitor the communication metrics to give us better visibility as to how that's performing. Okay. On the southbound side, does somebody want to provide an update there?
Yes, we did. I did a couple of bug fixes. Mainly, OVSDB had a problem with the ports and how the methods were used, and we also added a specific method to set and get the ports on a specific bridge, because before was for every bridge, and that made no sense at all. Also, we implemented the REST southbound provided HTTPS capabilities and the patch method. It's not standard REST method, but since the device we used REST 4 needed it, we used a different library than Jersey and implemented the patch method. And from my point of view, that's it.
Yes, for what it concerned P4 provider investigation, what I did for the most part was to build, do some groundwork. So I set up this mini virtual machine with the Barefoot soft switch, the behavioral model version 2. I play a little bit with the Drift APIs, built, Java client is able to talk with the switch. I investigated some of the interfaces available in the P4 project, and the outcome is that there's a clear lack of a standard P4 control protocol, and we'll work on that in the next sprint. And another point is that by integrating P4, we also have to rethink some of the abstraction and introduce new abstractions for what it concerns the flexibility in terms of protocol independence, new type of match like the range match, the possibilities to up capabilities at runtime, stateful forwarding, and another example is the fact that we can with P4 we can use expressions and other field references in action parameters, and that's all.
Thank you, Carmel. Thanks, Andrea. Show, do you want to provide an update on northbound?
No show
I don't think
here.
show's here, but I can do that.
Sure. Thank you, Brian.
So on the resource service, there were a number of bug fixes and performance improvements. You can read those yourself. One of the things that's currently in progress is distinguishing between resources for ingress and egress on a port, because currently port resources are handled as bidirectional resources. And there were a number of other small API changes.
Thank you. Okay, on the UI side, Simon is not here. Does somebody want to provide an update there, or if not, I can do that. Okay, well, I can do this. So first of all, a number of small enhancements to topology view, where now we have you can use the function keys as shortcuts to toggle between various overlays. There's also an additional command to be able to reposition nodes to their longitude and latitude, thus undoing any manual user repositioning. Also, the dialog service was enhanced to support keyboard-based shortcuts rather than just clicking on the buttons, and also contain some visual cleanup for better sort of stylistic cohesion. The loading service was refactored to handle the delayed start internally, and that simplifies the programming model for the applications. The Path Painter was enhanced to support new, more intuitive key bindings, and also the Web UI introduction video, which Simon planned to do, is not completed yet, but it is work in progress. He's working on a script and sort of scenarios that would best capture the various features and capabilities of the UI. All right, Subin or John, do you guys want to take this one?
Sure.
So the first thing we did was we split our test network into 3 separate networks. One for the test management, one for the control plane, one for the data plane. And then there are a number of ONOS bugs that caused some of our tests to crash. So we refactored a lot of our tests to handle bad ONOS output. We've also been debugging some Cho test failures, mostly topology issues after blink down or link up. And then we refactored our func intent test to match the changes we recently did in our CLI-based intent test. And then I wrote a new HA test for network partitions. And then we picked up a couple of tasks mid-sprint because we finished or were working on everything that was in progress. So we started a netconf test suite. Also, we are adding the use of the netconfig.json file to the network configuration test. And then I was working on a partial network partition test for HA. Quick bug summary. There are 27 bugs created this sprint, 9 were resolved, and there's a total of 94 unresolved bugs total. And here are some high severity bugs. I'm not going to read them all, but those are ones that are of interest to QA. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Luca, do you want to provide this one?
Yeah. Hello. Okay. Things done, mostly infrastructure, and I guess it will be the same also in the other in the next iteration. For deployments, things that got done is the new link between Gian in Prague and AM Light in Miami. So we exchange a few /24 routes between them, and with the rest of the testbed in the world, with Crionet and Australia as well. I guess you guys noticed possibly the new server room that was keep me busy in the most of the spring. I helped with the R-Cord and E-Cord racks. And then the other big things, finally I made it. We have a Pixie server and a local Ubuntu repository mirror. I will give a short demo after the presentation. Things still in progress to be clarified are the PPN between us and Cabium, but more in general with all the partners of MCore that will need to access the rack that hopefully will be here soon, and we'll clarify this in the next days.
All right. Thank you. Hey, one quick question. How come I wasn't asked to go help install the stuff in Prague?
What? I know. You'll be the first one.
All right, thanks.
No worries.
Okay, good. You need somebody to translate, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Okay. Is Mark there to provide update on the IP optical stuff in E-Cord?
Yeah, I'm here. We finished, or well, close to finish today, probably the flow rule providers for Sienna and Momentum. So basically, you can drive all the traffic over all the components of the open ROADM. Last week, we did a couple of hardware integration tests with the Fujitsu transponder that were pretty successful. Theo worked on the subscriber portal and has, you know, I can't give you a demo. I would like to, but I can't. I just haven't had time to install it myself. I forget who worked on it. I think Hontao and Toru implemented an MEF API application. So we expose the MEF Presto API, which is a way of creating E-line, ELAN, E3 services. We have a carrier Ethernet app that started working. It's not quite finished, but at least the core functionality is there. It's basically, it implements the functionality of an Ethernet edge, so you can configure UNIs on that, and it ties in with the leaf spine fabric. And then finally, there were a bunch of bug fixes for the resource subsystem. I think Brian covered them. So yeah, that's it.
Sienna is here with the box.
No, it's shipping.
Great. Thank you, Mark. Who's going to provide MCORD update?
I'm not here.
I.
Yeah. Thanks, Ping Ping.
For in this sprint, we finished the 3GPP testing with MME and SKW from Netcracker, and for the ONOS integration, Redis finished their PGateway OS driver development and the PGateway application about ONOS. Also, they extended their OS with GTP terminal support. From the QVM side, they solved the compatibility between the Kilo controller and the two Liberty compute nodes. And for the whole structure, we set up the software stacks. The OpenStack, XOS, ONOS, and the VTN are all there. And for the service development inside XOS, the MME and SKW is probably 80% done, not totally finished. Also, other things like we finished the storyboard slides from for the ONS, and the ESOL monitor application inside the XOS. We finished some tasks like the PCA initial assignment and the MCIM is already done and testing. This is this is all for the MCORD. Thank you.
Thanks, Ping Ping. All right, some enhancements on the REST and CLI side. Somebody want to describe them?
Oh yeah, I will take care of this. Existing REST API. When we create a meter entry, we have to specify meter ID in previous version, but I think this is redundant, so I just removed that one. So in order to do that, I generate a separate codec for a meter request. And second thing is, I found that there are some bugs in CLI, something like so when I type something, there's a no class definition found an error because of some bundles are not properly exported. So I also fixed several bugs for that. That's it.
Okay, thank you. So this doesn't really fall into documentation too much, but Brian, Madan, and I started to work on the ONOS paper. We're going to be reviewing the paper outline later on this afternoon with Guru and with TST. And we also have some initial about 7 to 8 pages worth of content. Of course, it's very, very rough and needs to be still adjusted, but the ONOS paper is definitely has been started and it's on its way. We're aiming to submit it to the OSDI conference, and submittals are due in the beginning of May for both the abstract as well as the paper itself. All right, for OpenStack.
Update.
Can you refresh, Thomas?
Yes.
I'll just go ahead. For OpenStack routing, Korea team is done with setting up initial flow rules for neutron router, and also for Peanut is for VM to access external network. And for OpenStack switching, they've been working on flow-based security group, and security group JSON part, server part has been done. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Zen?
Okay, I will briefly give a summary for the control plan manager. So I made some progress on this, and the first thing is I created a control message monitoring subsystem, which is for collecting and aggregate the OpenFlow like control messages actually. And second thing is I exclude like this control message. I also need to collect some system metrics like CPU and memory and load. So in order to do that, I implement. So Archifactory helped me to implement the collect-based plugin that feeds system metrics to CPMAN. And another thing is in order to receive that, I have to also need to implement the REST API for collecting those system matrices. And another thing is I store those kind of matrices into backend database, something like a round-robin database, and for 1 day. And in order to show that, I implemented the CLI and to show every metrics the statistics. So in the next sprint, I'm gonna implement the web GUI for visualizing all the control plane matrices. And another thing is I would also like to expose those kind of metrics to third-party like monitoring system like Ganglia or some others. So that's it.
Great, thank you. All right, so this appears to be a duplicate here. Brian, you can share about an update here.
We continue to squash more of the bugs on the module owner plugin that have been sort of prioritized by amount of complaints. So reviewers are no longer auto-assigned to drafts. We've bumped the number of module owners down from 3 to 2, and we will auto-assign a maximum of 2 now across all the patch sets of a single change. And we also have non-module owners no longer disappearing from reviews, which is actually a bug in Garrett. So there's a few other bugs that if people want to contribute to, they're more than welcome to, or I'll keep chugging along with them.
Great, thank you. Okay, anybody want to provide an update on service expansion chaining?
Nobody's here to do that, Tom.
Okay. So probably the same thing for the Yang to Java translator. So here I can at least speak a little bit. There is a set of tools that are being contributed by various Huawei developers into the utilities, and they effectively form a Yang parser that's capable of generating artifacts for XML encoding and decoding, as well as JSON encoding and decoding. One intended more in the context for use in context of netconf, and the other one in the context of northbound APIs. This is all going to be integrated into the build using our Maven plugin. That's also being contributed as part of this effort. So the reviews, it appears that the code has been written, most of it has been already written, and it's now being basically just piece by piece contributed to the ONOS code base. I presume nobody's here also for the OSPF?
That's correct.
Yeah. So this is just another Falcon protocol implementation that's being contributed as part of the legacy stuff. Same for BGP. And so I think with that, we can move to do some demos, both network config provider, which is a video. I presume somebody on a remote end.
Yeah, by the way, sorry, I forgot to add mine. I didn't see the demo page.
Okay. So which one do we want to do first? Do you guys want to play the video, somebody?
Sure, if you give me the link, I'll play it.
Whose video is this?
It's a.
Anyone has a link?
It's in our YouTube channel.
Okay.
Okay.
Better if you guys play it locally there. So I'll let you usurp the presenter privileges, Luca.
All right. Thank you. Hold on. Desktop 2. Sharing the screen.
It's called ONOS Network Config Link Provider Demonstration.
Well, YouTube, right?
Yeah.
ONOS link
Network Config Link Provider Demonstration.
Well, I don't know if you will be able to.
The third one. The third one. Yeah.
This one.
Yeah.
So right now we can see the port 3 of Spine 1 is connected to the Leaf 2, and then I unplug the wire, and you can see the wire disappear on the UI. And then I plug the wire to a wrong unconfigured port, which is port 5. You can see a error condition on the UI, and you can see this link right now connected to port 5. And then I remove the link and plug it back to the right port. You can see the link go back.
Yeah, I think that's it. Let me get a little bit more description about this. So right here. Yeah. Okay. So this is so the new network config link provider will verify the links when you discover a link. So if the link is not configured, it will mark it as inactive and doesn't use the link. So this is very useful for a user to kind of restrict the usage of links, and also it's very useful when you want to debugging wiring issues.
So it can be used with all ONOS application, in ONOS in general, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Yeah, would be very useful for deployments.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. What's the next one, Thomas? Mininet?
You're done.
Oh, my demo? Okay. Okay, so as I said, well, it's not really ONOS related, but hopefully this will start to help someone here. Now, I know that with virtualization, cloning VMs is very easy and fast, right? Anyway, we noticed that some of us had the exigence to, like, you know, install physical servers, or exigence doesn't exist, I know, sorry. The need of install physical servers, or I don't know, just new people that come in, create the environment to start working, right? So that's why I created just a Pixie server that automate some of the installation. So you can do it from wherever here in the network, lab, from each subnet, either that it's a physical server, a virtual machine, or from your laptop. I just show it to you from my laptop. So what I do in VirtualBox is that I go in the settings, I go in network, right, and I basically bridge my adapter to the Wi-Fi network. Then I just start my machine. Oops, which is on this side, sorry. So give me a second, let me reboot the machine also. How do I reboot the machine here?
Machine reboot in the menu.
Where?
Menu bar.
Oh, okay, here on this side. Machine, reset.
What? Reset?
Reset. Okay, and then I start from the LAN. Okay. Now, of course, it won't work as a very good demo. Okay, as you see, you have the Pixie server menu. You have a few possibilities. So you can, well, we have gparted live that I can use for problems on some servers. I can install CentOS. And then I have 3 versions of Ubuntu, which, of course, as you know, is the one that we use more.
Ubuntu server, right?
Yeah, Ubuntu server. So you have the normal Ubuntu installation. You have the automated Ubuntu installation, which basically does everything for you. You just click here and does everything for you. And then you have the automated ONOS plus Mininet installation, which means that install Oracle Java 8 for you, ONOS, it export all the variables that needs to export, and install the full latest Mininet on your computer, right? So an SSH server, everything for you. So you just click there, and yeah, SSH is quite important. And now through the Wi-Fi is going very slow here, and I cannot, and I even lost my mouse. but you basically just need to select the item. Yeah, I lost everything. Great. Yes. Can you still hear me, at least from outside ON Lab?
Yeah. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, for a second I thought I was talking to myself. Great. Okay, so basically,
Can I run this from Proxmox?
yeah, everywhere. You can run it on Proxmox, VirtualBox, physical machines, wherever you like. Okay. So and the second thing is the local mirror. So basically, when you go through this installation, I created a local Ubuntu mirror that downloads every night at 3 a.m. all the latest updates. So installing using this system, you make sure to have always the latest patches. And at the end of the installation, I just replace the local mirror with the global mirror, for the simple reason that if you go outside with your machine, of course, 10.1, 10.6 won't be reachable from outside, right? So I just do a set and substitute everything. And that's it. Hope it helps.
Yeah, this is really good. I'm a fan. We should have more stuff like this.
Yeah, of course, the next step will be in the spare time always. It will be to do a diskless Ubuntu machine, where basically it's loaded automatically your NFS folder, so you can write just in that folder. But live, you can just load an Ubuntu machine and use it already with ONOS and Mininet configured. Yeah, that's it on my side. I don't know now how to get out of this because my mouse disappeared. But
Command. Left command.
oh, okay, sorry, was there? Okay, okay. Yeah, I know, it went into timeout. Okay, do we have a Mininet demo as well?
We should, right? Wasn't there one?
Mm-hmm. So, wait. If you want to, am I online, maybe?
Yes.
Okay. So
well, no, sorry, maybe I need to give you the right as a presenter.
You can just stop sharing, and I think Bob will be able to do that. No problem.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I did it. So you should just do screen share, probably.
No, I just did. All right. Let's see. Screen share. Screen share. Desktop. Start screen share.
Oh, that was
good. Looks good. Okay, great. Okay, I just want to show you.
Just make the black jerk the characters.
All right.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Everything looks really strange. Oh, actually, this looks really poor. Maybe I can change my mode here. Let's see, so people can see it. Go to presentation mode. There we go. How's that? That looks good. And we'll change this guy to presentation as well. All right. So, as you're aware, Mininet's a container orchestration system, much like Proxmox or LXC or Docker. So, you can create an infrastructure using Mininet for ONOS.
Hey Bob, you're not sharing to everybody. You present to everyone. Click on.
No, he's sharing. You have to click on his icon on the bottom because he's using Luca's speaker. That pops up automatically to Hangout, so you have to select who you're interviewing.
He needs.
It says I'm screen sharing and presenting to everyone.
Yeah, but
click on the Bob icon on the bottom of your Hangout and see if that shows up. What he's sharing.
Yeah, that shows up. Okay, sorry.
I don't think I'm.
Now it's. I see your screen right now, so that works fine.
We gone.
Well, no, that's because I changed to the window.
Oh, okay.
So going back to my example. Okay. People said they couldn't see anything, and they were telling me to do stuff on my Hangouts, and apparently I need to do that. Anyway, we can start up an OS cluster in Mininet. And so now I can SSH OC1. No. Great, it's ONOS. There's nothing running. But now I can use it the same way I would another infrastructure. Oh, I haven't installed ONOS. Okay, well, so first, ONOS package. So I'm following the instructions that are recommended on our website. So the first thing you need to do to get ONOS working is you need to package it. So I'll package it, which takes a while.
Thanks. What do you think it is? Another command. Yeah, I never use it from the context.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first, so the recommended steps for running ONOS are, first you compile it. I've already compiled that, so we don't have to wait 10 minutes. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to package ONOS, because you need to package it into archive. Then I'll run ONOS install to install it on our mininet infrastructure. And then I'll run ONOS service-cell start and status to start it up. And then I'll run ONOS -w to wait for ONOS to start up. But we're still on the first step.
Is this the first time you're running ONOS package today?
Yeah, it is.
I'll take a break.
Same thing.
So everyone's laughing for some reason.
Because everyone's been through this pain, Bob.
Yeah, so this really isn't very fast, as you can tell. So maybe I won't do this demo now because there may not be enough time to do it. So suffice it to say that 20 or 30 minutes later, I might be able to get ONOS running, or however long it takes. It seems to be taking a long time. So anyway, I guess that's the end of the demo. So sorry about that. But this is one of the major points I ran into, which is that our steps for getting ONOS up and running take a really long time. And if there's something we want to do multiple times, and to be part of our sort of compile, edit, debug cycle, we should really optimize it. And so I highly recommend that we go for ONOS spring cleaning to fix some of these problems as soon as possible. Ideally in the next iteration or just after we're done with ONOS. And I guess I'll give you a demo next time, and hopefully things will be a little faster. And so that's it.
So just a side note, so I'm all for improving things, but I think in this particular case it's quite evident that the infrastructure that you're running this on is insufficient, because while the ONOS package takes the longest 20 seconds. Yes, that you could still argue that it's too long. I'm not going to defend that, but it should take about 20 seconds. So what you're running it on right now is clearly something that's extremely underpowered and insufficient to run. So
yeah,
I would be very reluctant to use this as a gauge of how things really are.
Yeah, I don't think there's strong evidence for your statement, Thomas, because this infrastructure I'm running on is VMware with 8 gigabytes of RAM, and with it's with 4 cores. So it doesn't really make any difference what hardware you run it on. It's still equally slow.
I think that's false, but it's okay. We can take that offline. I have in front of me a statement that it says that it takes 18 seconds to run ONOS package. Yes, I would say that's too long too. I would say that, but let's be careful not to paint things into unrealistic extremes.
Thomas, the first run of the day, it goes to Maven Central and re-downloads all the snapshots available from the internet. And so the first run can take arbitrarily long depending upon your network connection. But once you have all the snapshots downloaded, then you've got a usually 20 or 22 or 18-second build. So the first run that someone does in a day can take long, but after that it should be faster.
Yeah. So it took.
And I suspect that if we did another one after, it would probably be fast.
Let's see. Usually, actually, this will do it in background. Let's see. Okay, this actually isn't timing it, so hopefully it's doing its thing. Okay. So we'll just do ONOS minus ONOS service cell status. No, I'm just sitting there. Yeah. Oh, this didn't look good. Yeah, I got some error in the ONOS package. So it looks like ONOS package didn't actually work. So this is just an example of the typical kind of problems I run into when I try to do this, which is that the ONOS scripts have a lot of kind of silent failure modes. Oh, okay, we are actually running. That's good. Yeah, this is really slow. I don't know why. But yeah, this ONOS service command usually is faster. I don't know why it's so slow. Oh wow, load average has gone to hell, so I don't know what's going on here. No, it's Java. Java's doing a lot of stuff. So ONOS is actually starting up.
Bob, I think your package went wrong, and because you didn't check the status of the outcome of ONOS package, which will give you a non-zero status. If there is anything, then you would probably not proceed.
Oh, okay. Well, I could try it. I could try it again.
If you inspect ONOS package, it fails on any error.
Yeah. So looks like the ONOS package maybe didn't succeed. So I don't know. Anyway, this is a typical problem that I've run into a lot, and I think our users will run into it. And I think it's one of the sorts of things that we can fix during spring cleaning. So that's probably it for now. So goodbye. That's it. How do I undo this? I don't know.
Okay, does anybody have any other demos? All right, if not, then you guys have a nice weekend, and we'll see you on Tuesday for Falcon Sprint 3 planning. That sprint will likely be just mostly focused on buttoning up the Falcon release. There will be only very few select new features allowed into the sprint as we prepare for ONS and for the Falcon release itself. All right. Anything else? All right. You guys have a nice weekend. Talk to you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.